Alright, when you have yourself a villain who's pretty much an 80s cartoon personified in human form, be it animated, you should have a win on your hands. Should. Despicable Me 3. So Despicable Me 3 is the third installment in the Despicable Me franchise, fourth if you count the Minions. In this movie, there's a lot that happens, but the gist of it is, Gru and his girl lose their jobs at the agency. There's a villain named Balthazar Brat who steals a diamond. Gru finds his long-lost twin brother, little girl looking for a unicorn, and the Minions are in prison. A lot happens in this movie. First of all, talk about what I liked. There were a couple scenes that did make me laugh. One was when the Minions were all in jail. They're pretty much running the joint. But when they were in prison, that did crack me up, and Balthazar Brat, anytime he was on screen, I loved it. He's voiced by Trey Parker from South Park. He has a lot of physical comedy. He like moonwalks while Michael Jackson music's playing, moonwalks across the water. The dude is just everything about the 80s wrapped up in an abomination. 80s are a really interesting, entertaining time. Perfect to do in satire. And this movie does it well in the form of a villain. However, although he as the villain cracked me up and he entertained me when he was on screen, he kind of got pushed to the background because the Despicable Me movies at its core are not about heroes and villains, they're about family. However, the family dynamic, while interesting, kind of fell flat too. Granted, Gru meets his long-lost twin brother, and I thought that's an interesting thing to do in a movie like this. And they have some fun because, dude, if I ever found out I had a twin, a long-lost twin, I'd be like, I do YouTube. How about we split it up to where I do half the videos, you do the other half, and we just have more free time. Let's do some fun shit. Or maybe it did happen. Maybe this is the other me. Yeah, I don't really know. I feel like a lot of people think about what would they do if they found their long-lost twin brother, and they do have some fun with that premise in this movie, but really in the end, they only have some fun. Then they have to move on to some other things because this movie tries to do so much. And that's always the trouble, man. When you put too much in a movie, nothing can really shine. Example, in a world where Gru finds his long-lost twin brother, there's some opportunity with that to go places. But they never really go there. They don't go the emotional route you would expect in Despicable Me 3. The Despicable Me movie is really revolving around, that's right, family. Example, there's a scene where Gru's brother was talking about how he was disappointing in the eyes of his dad. And you know that Gru is disappointing in the eyes of his mom. So they could have had a conversation about like, maybe we're not disappointing, maybe they are. Would have been a great moment for the two of them, but they never really go there. But anyways, guys, Despicable Me 3, I feel like it'll be fine for families. Like, it's better than Cars 3, I can tell you that. They had entertaining parts in it, chuckle-worthy parts. There were parts where I laughed, but there were few and far between though, and a lot of times I was just like, I'm bored. I never really heard the kids in the audience in the theater belly laugh either. There were a lot of kids, a lot of families there. A couple of chuckles like what I did. But I didn't get the feeling anyone was like, yeah, that's the shit. I feel like walking out, people could be like, well, it's cute for families. And it is cute for families. Doesn't make the movie good though. You just can't help but see the missed opportunities here. And I get this is a movie for kids. I'm not looking for Macbeth or anything. But if I can just think back to the movies and cartoons I enjoyed as a kid, they had a point and purpose to them. If this movie had just focused up, something would have shined. But as it stands, nothing really did. And in a world where you're looking for something like a pacifier for your kids, you need to lock them into a movie for the weekend, you just want to have family night out, I think the movie is fine for that. It's no secret I've never been on the Despicable Me train as much as a lot of other people. Maybe I'm the curmudgeonous asshole here. Don't know. All I know is when I walked out of the movie, I was thinking to myself, this movie probably would have been a better time with a shot of warm milk at night. Yeah, no, it's a party. It's a kids movie. Come on, let's have some class. All right, guys, so Despicable Me 3, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.